Welcome to Coach Speak by our pod by Upstride. I'm your host Alvina, and today we are thrilled to have with us Dr. Abhishek Tiwari, a visionary founder of Pinnacle Training and Development Solutions. They foster a strong client base not only in India as well as abroad, and are also committed to excel with innovation in training technologies, development, and also the landscape of learning and development. Welcome, Mr. Tiwari. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thanks, Alvina. Thanks for inviting me.
Pleasure. So I was going through your profile and I came across a quote that was mentioned by you that today is a struggle, tomorrow is hope, and the future belongs to people who keep trying, which was a really touching quote that was there. Can you throw some light on the statement for us, please?
Well, it's like when we keep doing same thing, sometimes we keep getting the same thing, right? So if we are expecting something different in our life, we need to do something different, and that pushes you to keep applying your new thoughts and then keep trying in your life. Only then you will achieve something big in your life. If you stay back and wait for the things to happen automatically, that will not take place. So that is a simple message I wanted to give it to the people around. That keep going.
Great, amazing, amazing. That's a really inspiring quote. It can touch a lot of people's lives. So we had great explanation from you. So could you take us through your journey of being a founder of Pinnacle Training and Development Solutions?
Well, although the story is long, I will try to keep it short as much as I can. I worked with ICICI Bank for quite a long while, and at one point of time, I became a regional training head for Delhi region, one of the part of the Delhi region. And from that point, I realized that I need to do something on my own in this training field. And with that thought, in the year 2009, I left the job and started this company, Pinnacle Training and Development Solutions. It was a startup of those days when we didn't have any such kind of concepts like a startup. There was no industry support, there was no guidance, somehow jumped in this field. After a struggle for a couple of years, I could break through the market, and then I started getting good business from the corporate, right? 2012 was the year when actually we started rising in this field. And since then, in these last 15 years, we have been able to conduct training programs for more than 350 companies in India and about 12 companies in 8 different countries out of India.
Beautiful.
And 22 different sectors we work for, and then I have a small team of 6 people.
Great, amazing. So when you speak about going global, of course, you have a lot of diverse clientele. So what are the challenges that you face with your clientele abroad?
If we talk about clientele abroad out of India,
Yes.
yeah, definitely the first thing is credentials. All right, because you have got proven record in India, they always have a doubt that whether you will be able to perform on international platform and will be able to connect with the right examples with our audience. That always becomes a challenge. And in certain times, what has happened, there are a few of the other training companies, maybe I don't know what were they up to. They didn't perform well, and since couple of companies do not perform well, it gets extrapolated to the entire industry.
Yes.
So the only challenge I faced was that we will start with you maybe with one training program, and if everything goes good, then we will continue with more. So getting the first assignment will always be a challenge for anybody for that matter.
Right, right. I completely resonate with you where that's concerned. So, speaking about challenges, speaking about diverse clients, speaking about spread across so many organizations in India as well as abroad, what are your bestseller topics that you train on?
Well, my biggest forte is selling skills, sales. My career started from door-to-door sales. So I can say sales is in my blood. And I have written 2 books on sales. So definitely sales is one of my biggest topic that I conduct training programs on. And sales plus business development, right? And my another major forte is leadership development. So I have conducted training programs for even people up to MD level and CEO level of big corporate in India on leadership development. Otherwise, there are many other topics that we know we talk about, and I can conduct programs on those others too. There is one specific area, peculiar area I will talk about in terms of topic, that is POSH,
Yeah.
prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. That is one of my niche area because I have done my PhD on this topic.
All right. Very nice.
Right.
So these are your hot topics and your bestseller topics, which are available
Bestseller
in the
topics.
market.
Bestseller. Otherwise, we keep conducting programs on other topics too.
All right, all right. So, being in this particular training and development landscape for a while, how do you provide training that ensures effective sustainability? As in, what are the training methodologies that you incorporate across organizations, across cultures? Because since we are speaking of global.
True. So the first and the foremost approach is never carry forward the syndrome of your experience with your previous client. Start afresh because each company or each client is different. They have got their own way of doing the work and they have got their own objectives in place. Because when we mix and carry forward the previous one, it affects the quality. Then second thing is that do a good TNA, that is training need assessment, that what exactly they need and what are their objectives of this training program. In other terms, what they expect their participants start doing after running your training session. So when you jot down all these pointers, it helps you to come to a conclusion that what could be the blueprint of my training session. The next approach that I follow always is plain paper and pen approach. Never directly go to Google and start searching for the material. I'm not saying anything against Google. I'm not against it. What my suggestion is, let it be the last resort for you to give it the last touch up for your content. Right. So when you start afresh, it gives you a good kickstart to your training session and try to keep it as much customized as you can. In my case, I can say one of my peculiar style or approach is the case studies which I create on my own. I give it in my writing to my clients that in my training programs, the case study which I use, if you find it on Google, do not pay me for the lifetime. So I create my own case studies.
Right, that's great. So, having so much of vast array of knowledge, can you share some light on the books that you have written for us?
Yeah, definitely. I have written 2 books on sales. The first book was The Untold Secrets of Sales, which went a smash hit since beginning itself. And
Okay.
then I started getting queries and questions from many people that, sir, you didn't cover this topic, you didn't cover that area, because sales is a huge concept, huge phenomenon. So I
Yes.
started feeling that these are the feedbacks which I'm getting and I should cover them also. And with that idea, I wrote my second book, Sales Secrets 2.0. And still I'm getting more such feedbacks, so I'm planning for a third version.
Amazing. So,
So,
in the pipeline, have you started jotting down your notes on pen and paper?
yeah, already started halfway through. Although I started in the meantime, I started with another project because I also started getting requests from people that if I can write this same books in Hindi. Because in
Very
India,
nice.
we have got a larger part of population of India. They understand better in Hindi. So I've already launched my first book's Hindi version in market. It's already there. Writing my second book's Hindi version and parallelly start working on
The third
3.0.
Great. Amazing. So, for our audience who are watching, if anyone wants to get hands on your books, so where do they get to purchase them?
Well, they are available primarily on Amazon, Flipkart, and my publisher is Notion Press. So you can go to notionpress.com and then you can search the books there. You will find all of them. You instead of searching in the name of my book, if you search it by my name, Dr. Abhishek Tiwari, you will be able to find all my books there.
All right, amazing. So, speaking about training development, we spoke about your bestseller topics as well. So, there are a lot of trainings which are required these days in terms of soft skills and behavioral training. Right. So, what is the trend that you as an organization follow apart from training need analysis, your delivery, your customization? What is it that you follow as an organization or as a trainer where we are creating that sustainability where soft skills and behavioral training is concerned?
That's a beautiful question you have asked, Elvina. See, if we really want the industry to believe in the sanctity of soft skills program is to ensure that we measure the effectiveness of the same. Let it not sound just an activity on paper just because it is being one of their KRAs and they are doing it. Let them accept it, respect it. And the respect for soft skills domain will come only when it starts showing the effect and the impact of the same on the performance of the people. So what I always follow with my clients is the Donald Kirkpatrick approach or the model, wherein we, after the training programs, we approach the participants to go for post test. We repeat the same test after 15 days so that we are able to know what is the retention level. Then we go to the third level and we also conduct one assessment after 3 months to see whether they have applied the learning in their workplace or not. And there is fourth level assessment which is being done by the supervisors. So what happens is, on papers, if you are able to show it to the clients that see, due to this training program, this is the change which has come in the performance of the people, you will get good business and the respect for this industry.
All right. So, speaking about soft skills, what are the training programs that you have related to soft skills and behavioral training?
Well, I conduct, I already mentioned about my major forte. So, in demand these days, the most specific programs are like how to write effective emails. Right? It's huge in demand because we all need to write emails a lot, and sometimes quality goes down in terms of somebody sitting at a managerial position. Then more topics are like time management, managerial effectiveness. That is another big forte that I hold. Then we have got something called negotiation skills. Emotional intelligence is taking a leap in this field now. Most of the companies are willing to conduct emotional intelligence training program for their employees.
All right.
So these are the major topics which are going on in the market in demand these days. Otherwise, so there are many others.
All right, great. So, can you share an experience where, from day one of training to, like you mentioned, 4 months of evaluation you have based on different scales? So, can you share some experience where you have seen drastic change or a testimonial in an organization, or it can be an individual? You need not name anybody over here.
Yeah, definitely. So there is a company based in Noida, and they have got presence in 7 major cities in country. So I regularly conduct training programs for them. 3 months back, I received call from their HR head telling me, "Boss, tusi chha gaye." So I felt like, why? What happened? And she said, today we had our Hall of Fame session, right? Hall of Fame in the sense they all connected virtually, all the different locations, and then they present their performance. So the first slide on their PPT was the program conducted by me on managerial effectiveness. And the plant head started with the session, his own presentation, saying that thanks to HO for conducting this training program by Dr. Abhishek Tiwari, because I could see a huge change in the attitude of my people.
Right. Amazing.
Right. So that itself is the biggest testimonial. Somebody, a plant head, presenting this thing in front of 3,000 odd people was a great moment for me. I couldn't see it myself live. It was told to me by the HR head. So there are many such instances.
Great. So this is like a great achievement within itself.
Right. Thank you.
And I'm sure you're
Otherwise,
contributing to it
I
with
keep getting people replies from people that, boss, thanks a lot for conducting a session. I got appreciation. I got promotion. This and that. So these are the medals that we earn in our life.
Right. So you conduct trainings offline or do you conduct trainings online as well? Can you tell our audience more about the way you conduct your training sessions?
Well, I prefer classroom training programs. All right. One-to-one, face-to-face has its own impact in place. Yeah, in certain cases, when feasibility is not there, that people are still residing in various locations, getting them to one location is a challenge. In those cases, 20% times I conduct online sessions.
Right. So, how effective do you feel as a trainer are your online and offline sessions?
Well, definitely, as I said, 80% times I conduct offline because you have different impact, feel and
Yeah.
the look and feel. In online also, it is not that it's ineffective. It depends on the caliber of the trainer, that how much do you keep the people engaged on the online session too. So if you are engaging them, online session can also be sounding like as good as a virtual classroom session. And I've got
Amazing.
feedbacks on that part also, that we didn't feel like that we were attending your session online.
Amazing. That shows how good you are if they don't
Thank you.
feel that way. So, this is like great insight and great knowledge sharing from you. However, my last question to you is being in the field and as a leader in the field, what is the advice that you would offer aspiring trainers, entrepreneurs, or basic individuals who want to create that impact in the market and want to create a name for themselves?
Definitely, the biggest message that I would like to give it to the aspiring trainers is that, which I have although mentioned in my replies to you earlier, that first of all, be original, be genuine, create your own ideas. Through your own ideas, create your content. Do not rely on any internet based material. Definitely you can use that as an add-on, and always start afresh with each client. Do not use the same material which you used for previous training program for some other client. So when you will maintain this kind of originality, you don't have to speak about your quality of the content. It will be seen and felt and will be said by the people around automatically, right? And that is what I said, pen and paper approach you should start with, and always try to keep the material as much as customized as you can, because the more you keep customized, your client will feel that you have really put down your efforts, and then you have put in your heart, blood and sweat in creating the content only for them, and you will be
Yeah.
valued, and it will pave a long way for you in this industry. This has been a success mantra for me in last 16-17 years.
Amazing, amazing. All the best to you. And what are your future plans of 2024? How many training sessions do we already have in the pipeline, or what is it that you are offering new, apart from the book that you're writing, the third one?
Right. Definitely, book writing is something which will go on. Always, my calendar remains booked for next 2 months. Always. Right. So I'm looking forward that it should be booked for entire quarter. That is 3 months now going forward. That could be my next landmark. And I'm looking forward to venture more into new countries more. Right. So because we Indians have been demanded by many countries these days to come and
Yes.
share our experience and learning. So I'm looking
Yes.
forward to venture somewhere in European countries. Let's see if the Almighty helps us.
Of course, definitely. All the best for your future ventures and all the best. And thank you so much for being a part of Coach Speak by R and sharing your experience, your knowledge, your philosophy of life, and also your journey. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Thanks a lot. Pleasure. Have a great time. Namaste.
Thank you.